welcome to the Autism Blogcast. I'm Jim Mancini.
And I'm Rafe Bernier.
So it's been a while, Rafe.
It has been a while, Jim. You know, I gotta tell you, we haven't done a blogcast, but it's because there's been a lot of different things going on.
We've been pretty busy.
I know that I've been involved with discussions with both the University of Washington and Seattle Children's to come together to think about how we can improve services across the state in the region for individuals with autism.
Yeah, and I've been pretty busy too. We've been trying to put together a training program for providers, doctors, nurse practitioners across the state to help them learn more about what autism is.
Yeah, it's been great. We've been busy, and so it's been a while. But today, we got some good news.
Yes.
Today, basically because we've grown rather famous with this blogcast deal, that we're actually being interviewed today.
Yes.
So let's take it over to our interview studio.
All right, let's head over there.
Great.
So, Rafe, I understand that we're here today because you have some really exciting news to share with us.
It's true. After a couple decades in autism research and clinical care, I'm moving on, actually.
Where are you going? It's hard to imagine.
Well, I'm leaving the University of Washington and Seattle Children's to take a position at Apple.
At Apple? Wow. Tell us what you're going to be doing there.
Well, what I'm actually doing there is classified. But I'll just talk broadly, in broad strokes. I'm going to be involved in clinical science, helping to advance clinical care for children and families around the globe.
This is so fascinating.
I'm pretty excited.
Wow.
It's a big transition.
Yeah.
And what I'm kind of excited about, Jim, is I'm going to be able to teach you all about the tech industry now.
Well, you know, technology can change the world.
I hope so. I'm hoping that maybe you'll sort of feel more comfortable in that tech world. I'll train you all about it, all the different things you can do.
Need some help with devices.
One individual at a time is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Got it.
Perfect.
Wow,
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is amazing news. How exciting.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's exciting news, Rafe.
Thanks.
So thinking back in the years here at the center, what things have you guys been most excited about? What's happened here in the autism world and in the community and science that's got you excited?
We're seeing work at the University of Washington, Seattle Children's, but then all across the state. It's been really exciting to see the momentum move forward over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and I sort of think about, when we did our first blogcast, was actually done live at Seattle Children's, and what we did at that time was we highlighted some of the major advances in gene discovery. I sort of think back to doing some interviewing of some of the scientists that have been involved in that gene discovery, and that has really propelled the state of science forward for much farther, very quickly, because now we start to understand some of the causes of autism, and now we can start developing treatments that are targeted to that underlying biology. So it's been really exciting over the past few years.
It's been in a really short period of time, a lot of changes.
Major changes.
Right.
Awesome.
Good evening, and welcome to the Seattle Children's Autism Blog News Flash. I'm Jim Mancini.
And I'm Rafe Bernier. First up tonight, epidemiological research suggests that taking antidepressant medications during pregnancy brings risks and benefits. It's a confusing message from others. The link between...
Okay, well, so that was the past. But now, Rafe, where do you see the future of autism science going?
Wow, so I wish I had a crystal ball that would let us know exactly where we're going. But I guess I would sort of follow that old psychological adage, which is the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. If we applied it to science, I would say that where we're going to be going would be to take what we've learned about the biology of autism, start moving that towards interventions. I think one of the key pieces of that puzzle is before we can actually utilize and test out interventions, we have to have really good objective markers for treatment outcomes. So, much like if you had a heart disease, you might take blood pressure before and after starting a treatment to actually monitor the effectiveness of that treatment. We don't have anything like that for autism now, and we need that before we can
Right.
actually evaluate interventions. So then the other piece I would say is I think we're going to see a lot more focus on research in adults in terms of how we can improve outcomes for adults. We need to move that way, and I imagine that science will take us there.
Wow. I feel very optimistic knowing that you're going into the tech industry. You've got some great ideas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What a vision you have, Rafe. Amazing.
Thanks.
Jim, what about the future of our Autism Center? What's next?
Well, we have some really exciting news. We were given $20 million that will go towards a new building, a state-of-the-art facility that is going to really continue the mission of the Autism Center to provide clinical care, to continue research, and to really provide training opportunities across the state.
Wow, a new space. That's so needed for our center.
Absolutely.
That's going to be unreal. It's just going to make a huge impact in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of our community, what kind of impact do you think that this will have in our state as a whole, and what changes do you see?
Yeah, so we had some more exciting news last year when the Washington State Legislature provided funding for what's going to be called the University of Washington Echo Washington project. And really what we're going to be aiming to do is provide training and education and support to providers across the state who are really invested and have the passion to help people with autism and their families, and just don't have that confidence and that to be able to do it on their own. So we're really excited about that program for the future.
I can imagine the big difference that that's going to make in our
Yeah.
community. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lots of great things to look forward to. Really fired up about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know,
Well, thanks you guys. Thanks to you both for taking the time out of your really busy days and this major transition ahead for talking to us and getting us up to speed.
our pleasure. It's been wonderful speaking to the two of you today.
Well, we should probably head back to the studio.
Perfect. Great. Okay, this way. You know, Jim, that was a real pleasure having Dr. Minhars and Dr. Gertz interview us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a neat opportunity to kind of reflect on our efforts to share news and information with our community, the things that have happened over the past several years, and a neat opportunity to think about the future.
Yes, and we've got a great future ahead with lots of exciting things happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both here at the Autism Center and broadly.
Yep. So this is the end.
That's the end.
All right, so we will not see you next time. That was perfect.
Because we can't handle feelings.
Well, that was a great interview with Dr. Minhars and Dr. Gertz. I thought you were saying this. You were supposed to say it. I'm like sitting here, you're looking at me like expectantly, and I'm like, what the
Oh boy.
I had a Lambert on. I didn't do anything. It's completely pointless. Okay.
That's good.
I know.
Get it out now.
All right, so if I go like this,
How does Two-Face
do I
look?
do that? Do I look
Okay.
like Two-Face from
No.
Batman?
Not at all.
So you guys look good.
Don't you think?
Jen,
Okay.
you need to sit up.
So uncomfortable.
I know it, my whole
Middle.
Yeah, if you
Well,
kind of
so
do like a
side?
leap,
Oh,
Yeah,
the tables are turned.
exactly.
yeah. We all need to learn new things.
All right, great. So that's great. So most of that will be.
Folks who are really interested in providing for autism across the state.
Sorry. So Rafe, I understand that you've forgotten the question that I was supposed to ask.
All right, see, this is what happens.
There it is. That's it. We did it.
Now you-
We're in it. We're in the flow. We're in the
I
flow.
forgot everything that I was going to say. That happened, when we do the bloopers roll, how many of those do we have?
Oh my word.
And then it's like swearing and
Hundreds.
that, and
I mean, hundreds.
hundreds of times.
what I really can't
That's
wait
the
for.
honest
Yeah.
truth. That is the honest truth.
The amount of time I've spent cracking up in the last week on your behalf, you have no idea yet.
Terrible. Okay.
we're ready.
Ahem. That's a great vision of the future of autism science.
I think so.
Yes, yeah, it's cool. Jim, how about the future of our autism center and our community here?
Yeah, thanks for asking. You know, we have just received an enormous gift of $20 million that is going to be going to a new facility, a new building, state-of-the-art services that are going to continue the mission of the Autism Center to work on clinical, blah, 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 blah.
Love that. Love
I
that.
know.
Oh, blah.
We do a lot
Blah,
of
blah, 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 waving of the
All
wand.
right, do I change it to take two?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Right.
And yep.